We'll talk about a difference between two popes. I talk a lot about Pope Francis, but what about Pope Benedict? Where does he stand on certain issues, especially when it relates to homosexuality and to abortion? I'm going to get into it. I got a breakdown coming for you guys. Stick with me. First, do me a big favor if you can. Give this video a like. Let's try to get the likes way up here in this video if we could do that. Share this video across all of your platforms. Help me to beat the YouTube algorithms that are going to suppress this video down, guys. Subscribe if you're brand new. And if you enjoy my daily video content, would you consider sponsoring my ministry? You can help me out a great deal, guys, with a donation of $5 a month or more. You can visit patreon.com/conservative-truth. Check that pretty link. It's right down in the description. It takes you right there. You sign up and you get access to all my bonus content, all the podcasts. You guys will love that. It's all for you guys there. It's my way of showing you how much I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. You know, YouTube is demonetizing my videos on a daily basis. It's terrible what they're doing to me, guys. I'm just a blind fat guy here at the end of the day, but they view me as some kind of a threat. I'm just trying to bring you guys the news and events of what's taking place here in the last days. Now, speaking of the last days, Pope Benedict, he's getting ready now. He's coming out with a 1,000-page biography. It's going to be released later on here in May this month in Germany, but it's going to be released in the U.S. in November. He talked about how he linked homosexual behavior in marriage, the dominance of that behavior, to the spiritual power of the Antichrist, is what he called this. Now, this was very telling. He goes on here in this to talk about the fact that 100 years ago, he says it would have been it would have been inconceivable to even think, to even consider the fact that we would, even in the church, allow such behavior to take place, that we would not just condone gay marriage, but we would also, serve over it, that, clergy would go ahead and officiate those weddings. He said, I cannot believe that we are now allowing these sort of things to happen. And then he even goes on to talk about the fact that, abortions, that people in the church are even supporting that. He says this is all linked to the fact that this is all going to be lining up with the Antichrist. When the Antichrist comes onto the scene, this is the spirit of the Antichrist right now. All of this behavior, all this sin, this immorality, it's all linked to him, because he is the counter to exactly who Jesus Christ is, who is the opposite of sin. He is sinless. He cannot sin. He took sin. He died on the cross for our sins. Benedict kept going on in detail about this, talked about how we have to reject these ideas of humanism and this sort of ideology where, everything that Pope Francis is basically talking about here. Now, he didn't address Pope Francis by name. He didn't say that, but he did talk about the fact that we need to steer away from these things. Again, it's exactly what Pope Francis stands for. This guy supports everything, essentially, that Pope Benedict has been saying here. The only thing maybe I haven't heard Francis say is that he supports abortion, but he seems perfectly okay with gay marriage, with homosexual relationships. He seems totally fine with that. I mean, he's opening up more and more, being more and more accepting of these sort of things. He's got all kinds of people in his ear. But I was very surprised that Benedict talked about the Antichrist and how this man of sin is going to oppose everything, who the real true Messiah is, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, Jesus Christ. That the only way that we can combat this is by prayer, and that the saints of God cannot be deceived. Now, I'm not a Catholic, but I love what he said here. He spoke the truth. These are true words, no matter what kind of denomination you want to put it in here. And you know what? It kind of sends a message to Francis, like what he's doing here. You better change quick. But I've said this before. I think Francis could play a huge role in end-time Bible prophecy, maybe even being the false prophet. Now, if you guys would like to check out more about what Pope Benedict had to say, I'll put a link down below here in the description, and you can read that. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you agree with what Pope Benedict had to say here? Let me know your thoughts. I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. God bless each and every single one of you, and I'll talk with you soon.